Welcome, Cycle Gear viewers, and today I have Dave with us, and Dave represents Cycologic and this cool stuff called Engine Ice. Now, you know, I've been around racing and bikes for quite a long time, and we don't put much thought into our fluid that goes into our radiator system. You think, oh, it's full, good, we're good. But apparently that's not the case. So what do you got here?
Well, Engine Ice high-performance coolant, we've been around for 11 years. It's a great product. We're real proud of it. It's a biodegradable and non-toxic coolant antifreeze product. We designed it specifically for motorcycles, and that's our target market. Dirt bikes, street bikes, motorcycles, ATVs. This is who we are, and that's our heritage. We love being with Cycle Gear, and we're real happy.
Well, now, you'd mentioned biodegradable, so does that make the stuff track legal?
It is AMA, CCS, and ASRA racetrack legal for road racing, yes.
That's great. Living in California, I know that there are certain brands out there that guys come in wanting this because some tracks mention it by name in some cases. So I think it's great that there's alternatives out there that'll work.
Yeah, Engine Ice is one of those products that will work. One of the great benefits to our product over some of the others, we have a higher boil point, 256 degrees. It is an antifreeze that will go down to 27 below zero. And again, it's biodegradable and non-toxic. And one of the reasons it's road race legal is because it can be easily cleaned up off the race course with any standard absorbent. Rice hull, kitty litter, sand, any standard absorbent, get it right up easier than oil.
That's great. So now, why use something like this, say, over an antifreeze I could buy at the auto shop?
Because, again, it's a motorcycle-specific product. This is a product that we developed specifically for motorcycles, so we make sure that it doesn't have any of the silicates in it, any of the phosphates in it, anything that's going to harm the aluminum engine and the smaller gaskets and the smaller seals that you have inside of a motorcycle engine because of the smaller tolerances, because of the high-performance nature of the engines.
I was just going to ask that. What would make motorcycle coolant different than an automotive coolant? And I think you just mentioned some of those.
Right. Automotive coolants and automobile engines are made with larger gaskets, larger seals, because they're designed to keep the fluids in there for a longer period of time. Sure. The most neglected part of any engine, whether it's a motorcycle or a car, is always the cooling system. People never remember to change their coolant. They remember to change their oil at intervals. They remember to change everything else at intervals. But the last thing they remember to change is their coolant product. And that's what we're trying to change. We're trying to get people to understand the cleaner and fresher you can keep your cooling system, the better it's going to work for you. And that's why you should change your cooling system as often as possible.
That's great. And we all know that heating of a cylinder is one of the biggest deterrents in terms of power.
Absolutely, and that's another thing that we try to stress to people as well. Engine Ice may make your engine run cooler. The real advantage of Engine Ice is the fact that we're actually going to help you maintain maximum horsepower for a longer sustained period of time. If we can keep a more consistent operating temperature in your engine, you're going to maintain your maximum horsepower for a longer sustained period of time as well.
I think that's great that, we see guys build these trick motors and trick heads and valves and big valves and trick pistons and all this crazy stuff, and put water in the radiator.
Right, absolutely. We see that all the time as well, and it's always surprising to me. One of the things I try to get people to understand is, can John Force make more horsepower out of his drag racing car? Of course he can. He can always make more power. But the problem is, if the clutch, the rear end, and the tires can't handle it, it's just wasted horsepower. Well, the same thing happens with a cooling system. You can always make more power, but if your cooling system can't keep up with all that additional horsepower that you're building, it's just going to go to waste as that engine heats up. So that's where Engine Ice comes to help you.
Oh, that's fantastic. Dave, thank you so much for clearing up some things about coolants. And Engine Ice obviously has a reputation. I see great reviews in the magazines about this stuff as well. So, again, thank you so much for coming by. Nice to see you.
Thank you very much, George.
Thank you.
And remember, Cycle Gear, it's the ride.